Hello, it's Holly from My Daily Hates with Vlogmas Day 8 and the crafting progress thereof. I hope y'all had a lovely first week of December and that everything lovely is coming your way. But at the moment, I had a pretty good day of crafting yesterday. I thought I had all these untangled before I started, but these are the socks I want to get done next, but I think the next pair of the ones will be finished sooner. But these are coming along quite well. I looked last night though, size 5 women's UK, and I need to get the foot like almost 7 inches and something, almost 8 inches. So that's going to be, I still got a long way to go on those, but I'm going to try to plug away at them today. I'm all tangled here. The next pair are all the details from our projects below. Projects will be in the drop box below, in the description box. Now these are the DK socks. Because they're DK, they're working up super quick. Goodness gracious. The stitch marker for yesterday was like a light brown. It's an ugly brown. You can't, yeah, it's one of those muddy browns that I'm not fond of. But anyway, that's the color for the stitches. So you can see where even though I didn't do a huge amount done on it, I only did a few rounds and stuff. Like yesterday Mondays are my busy house chore day, so I didn't really even start cross-stitching. I wish I was cross-stitching. I didn't even start my crafting until later in the evening after I had posted my video for yesterday. Not that it took, that one didn't, thankfully that one didn't take as long. So I'm hoping that I hope this one will post as quickly as that one, since I don't have a huge amount of chores to do today, so I can just dive straight into my crafting. Actually, I've been knitting a bit on a pair of socks, so you'll see that tomorrow, because this is for me this is the 9th, so you're seeing the progress I made yesterday. Anyway, I worked on the pink blanket as well yesterday, and that's how far I got. Oops. It's my cute little cowboy boot. I've seen in real life boots that look kind of like this, and because I lived in Texas for a while, and there's some amazing boots there. But that's how far I got. Where's the last? There's where I was last on this one. So I did a little over, well, almost 2 rows on it, and it was my last thing that I worked on last night, and I was feeling a bit, you know, when you feel ill, but you're not like ill. When you just feel drained and you just a bit headachy and really not nice. Well, that's how I felt yesterday. So and last night I was working on this, but I was in bed by 8:30. Yeah, I put this down at 10 past 8, and I told my husband I'm going to bed, so I got sorted for bed and I was gone. And I slept. I'm feeling a lot better today, but I still feel a bit delicate. So, but I'm hoping that I'll feel a lot better and more energetic. Now this one, this first one I worked on yesterday. I got 4 rows into it. It's humongous. Ouch. I just bashed myself with it's still coming along, but oh goodness. It's fluffy, it's squishy, and you can see how cuddly it is. Now, something that I don't know if I've ever shown y'all, because it used to live in my husband, well, we call it lived. We used to be kept in my husband's car. He always say, "Oh, you mean the quilt that lives in my car?" And it was the first quilt that I did after my grandmother's whole, years and years before my grandmother. I used to quilt my grandmother as a teenager. And I hadn't done any quilting since I was a teenager until I was going to craft group. And one of these ladies at the craft group, she quilted, and she went with me to the quilt shop to get some fabric, and I ordered foundation. I can't remember. Anyway, it's a quilting foundation. You just get a piece of fabric and it's got the instructions on what to do. And I did this grandmother's fan, and the lady helped me choose these fabrics. I would not choose them now. They were never quite to my taste, but my husband loves this quilt. He's, like I said, he's kept it. And then the second quilt I did after that, oh, here it is. I used the scraps from this because I was a newbie quilter. Well, newbie kind of. I'd never bought fabric because my grandmother always sourced, usually it was coming out of the quilt. The fabric for her quilts came out of her scrap box. And there was even fabrics in there from my great-grandmother. So I've never had to have, to gather all the fabrics for a quilt. So when this lady from the craft group met me, took me to the quilt shop, I had no idea what I needed for a quilt. Missouri Star Quilt Company on YouTube is great if you ever want to try quilting. And Bonnie K. Hunter has lots of scrap quilts if you like using various different, like going to a thrift shop and just picking up cotton shirts and other kinds of fabrics, and you can make a lovely quilt out of that. I've used, goodness knows, all kinds of things to make quilts, but this is the last of that fabric that lady helped me choose. It was huge amounts, and I didn't want it sitting around. And then I used at the very back, I made I used the last step. Well, not the last. I still got a few bits and pieces, but it's the fabric's gone, and it's, I think this is something that I don't know where I got that, but I know that it wasn't included in with the fabrics that I bought with her, because that was a blender fabric. With this, I think, I don't remember. Anyway, those are the first two quilts I've done in my adulthood. I don't think I've ever shown them to you. I miss quilting, that we really don't have the space to do, and I don't have my big industrial sewing machine from 1897. It's a leather or sails originally. It's got a motor on it, and it's a big machine. I call it, and I'm able to do my quilting on it without having to squeeze the quilt into the harp, into the space under the needle. I miss it, but it's in storage unit at the moment, because it's just it's heavy as all get out. It's a massive cast iron machine, and in a wooden base. And sorry, kicked the table the camera's on. So I miss it, but there's no viable place to put it in this place at the moment. But I'm hoping to get it out next year and squeeze it somewhere so I can, or next year or two, because I was hoping to make someone a double-sided quilt. But unless I hand quilt it, which I have done. That's what we did when I was a teenager, and I've done one hand quilted quilt since then. But it does take quite a long time. So anyway, I went on to a quilting tangent, sorry. This is the yarn for today. And I'm not, this will look lovely in the blanket. I'm not a brown person, so I'm not like ecstatic over it, but it is a lovely squishy yarn, and I'm very happy with it. The book I'm talking about is, it keeps shaking, Home for Christmas. This is, I've glanced through it when I got it. It's another one of those ones I got off of A Books. A Books is amazing. Yeah, £2.50 something. And you've got a book being delivered to your home that you can just spend hours looking at. Anyway, and I'm the type of person, I read about Christmas all year round. I'll just fancy it, and I'll Christmas is a joyful time, or it should be, and regardless whether your Christmas is joyful or not, you can always borrow somebody else's joyful moments. And for the I left my glasses on the other side of the room. The video is the stories, oh goodness, behind our Christmas traditions. And I'll link that below, both of those things down below. Now, this is over 10 minutes, so I'll see how fast I can get it uploaded. And I'm wishing y'all a wonderful day. Lots of festive cheer, lots of Christmassy good things in your future. Y'all have a wonderful day. And today's shirt is my Merry Christmas gnome.